what's up guys? So we played around with it a little bit last night, but now time for the big leagues. First trail ride. So this is probably about our town's most beautiful scenic kind of route, and it's got two main parts. One is this nice paved kind of sidewalk, and as you can see, just surrounded by beautiful trees. We got the river here. Well, part kind of a creek running through. Beautiful bridge. But this is just the warm-up. This is the easy part. So the second part of this trail is an off-road, and that's where I've really, when I was messing around with my friend, I was really able to open it up. So we're gonna see really what she can do once we get off-road. Beautiful trail ride. I found personally my real kind of comfortable speed, especially in Sequoia, is in the Sequoia mode on the board, which is kind of a real tight, controlled, less aggressive mode. If I stay right about between 8 and 10 miles an hour, I get a nice ride, but I still got a whole lot of control. And I can still open it up if I want to kind of blast ahead a little bit. Got a little wobbly. Now another thing I have found out the hard way, I know everybody wants to be tough guys and all of that, but you really want to invest in some pads. I rode around for a little while and I thought, man, I'm comfortable enough with this, but man, like it happens to everybody, I tried to show off a little bit, and man, wiped. Got myself a nice little torn jean, scraped knee, busted up my wrist just a little bit, nothing bad, just enough to where I knew if I had my pads on, I wouldn't be worrying about it. And with what I'm wanting to do with really opening it up and running it around like a moron, I'm really gonna need some pads. Keep going. Again, just beautiful scenery, and it's a wonderful day to be out. It's not cool, it's warm, but man, getting on the board and moving gets the breeze blowing. It's awesome. Now another thing is footwear. Skaters and boarders are gonna know this already, but you don't really want anything that's gonna keep your ankles from moving, because that's really, you steer a lot with them. You want something that's going to be real low cut, but also a flatter kind of shoe, not with big heels or grips or anything, but also that's going to stay on the board. So you don't want like a smooth bottom shoe. You want something that's got grip, but also not, more like a Van or something like that. I've got right now my Nikes on, and they're doing a pretty good job. I'm trying out some different ones. I had my other shoes on yesterday. They're a little flatter. But there's just a lot of little things that'll help you get the most out of your ride. I gotta tell you, this thing's like rechargeable dopamine. It's awesome. Beautiful view of the river here at a nice rest spot. Some riders across on the trails. Real slow, nice, peaceful day. Of our trail, and I'm going to be switching modes from Sequoia, which is that nice stable cruise, to my own custom settings, which I've dubbed breakneck. And my settings, I've got it to where the board stays really far up, so maximum acceleration is still tilted up. It feels to me like it gives me more control. I've got it set real tight to where I'm not curving all over the place, but I've got the aggressiveness of the acceleration set to max. So as soon as I pop down, it takes off. All right, let's see how we go. And just immediately, as soon as you get off, you can tell this thing lives on the dirt and in the grass and off on the trail. Just the sheer comfort of how it feels under my feet, as opposed to being on the concrete. It's just like the entire board took a sigh of relief and says, this is where I want to be. All right, so we're kind of pushing her. Ooh. Just a beautiful ride. I found one major difference in this ride than, like I say, a skateboard. Where on a skateboard you would kind of think to leave your knees a little bit bent to absorb shock and to move. You kind of keep your legs straighter on this one, and you do steer, like I said, a lot more with your ankles themselves. Because you got to keep your center of balance up above the gyros. I'm gonna have to eventually get a GoPro or something to record these rides, because I'm not exactly the best cameraman to begin with, let alone when I'm flying down the trail on a piece of machinery. Oh, isn't that beautiful sound? So another cool feature on these is the Regen. And what that is because the way the battery and the motor are set up on this, when you go downhill and you're not accelerating, which I don't really recommend too much you accelerate downhill, just the way the board is kind of built. It's got plenty of speed on its own without trying to get any gravity involved. But if you're going downhill and you're not accelerating, you actually recharge your battery while moving. So like I said, as long as you're going downhill and the movement of the engine is faster than what you're putting out, it'll recharge the battery some. Regenerative charging. Pretty cool. I got kicked off the trail by the park ranger for it being electric. Been doing this a couple weeks, but whatever. Alright, so that was a pretty cool ride while it lasted. Gonna have to go in when I cannot be seen. Maybe if I go early in the morning enough, they'll still be snoozing in the ranger trailer. So anyways, we're kind of just riding the sidewalks out here, cooling down a little bit, getting ready to pack it up and go home for the day. Whole trail took probably about an hour to ride before we came over here and started our cool down. Obviously I've condensed it all down a bit, but a lot of fun. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to my first ride video. We'll be back with the next one soon. Till then, like, subscribe, give me a comment on what you think. If you got a rig of your own, let me see it. It's Reality Unplugged. Catch you on the next ride.